Welcome to this video, Building Your Success Path, Lesson 9, what you should focus on right now. Have you ever gotten overwhelmed trying to figure out what to do next? When you look at this list, it's pretty much everything that you might need to do. Network, post on social media, write a new song, design a new t-shirt, all this stuff, right? Get on podcasts, submit to labels. It gets pretty overwhelming. You start to think of, your life as like this mathematical equation, like the movie Hangover, right? So how can you possibly make this work? Well, first, keep the end goal in mind at all times, but you can only focus on what's right in front of you right now. So what you're going to have to do is prioritize your tasks. The first thing you need to do, your most important task each day should be done first. I'm going to read that again. Your most important task each day should be done first. Your most important task is whatever gets you closer to adding real value to your career, whether it be income, visibility, assets, or whatever, but it has to be real value to your career. Those are important things. Don't jump to the end and think you can shortcut everything either. Take each day as it comes. That will keep you from getting overwhelmed by trying to do everything at once. Schedule out what you need to do each week. So make sure you have a plan each week. Plan out your days so that you can accomplish something every day. If you have set times for you to work on something, you're less likely to get distracted or just cancel it and not do it. So here's the thing I would suggest. Plan each week every Friday afternoon. So the next week that you're going to work on something, at the end of your day on Friday, start planning out what you're going to do next week. Take your 30-day plan and write out the tasks that you want to accomplish from that 30-day plan for next week. You can use Post-it notes or a Google document, whatever works best for you. Make sure not to give yourself too many tasks. That'll basically set you up for disappointment because if you have too many tasks, you're just not going to get them done. If you finish all your tasks, take a break and reward yourself. Don't just keep piling more stuff on. Give yourself some, time just to kind of decompress. You can plan more for the next day or week. If you don't finish all your tasks, make a note of the ones you're going to do the next week. So if you go through that week and you're like, hey, I still got these two going, make sure to put it on the next week's plan. And if you keep pushing those tasks down and you don't have to end up not doing them, maybe they're just not as important as you thought. So maybe you don't have to do them at all. Another thing I'd highly recommend doing is planning the next day at the end of every day. So before you stop working on your task for the day, make a note of what major thing or things you want to accomplish the next day. You may even note where you left off on something so you can jump right back in. Don't just jump to tasks that can be done quickly to take them off the list. Urgent things and quick tasks are rarely ever important. So when I say this, it's actually from the Eisenhower matrix, they call it. If you have something that's really urgent, it's probably not that important. And a really important thing doesn't have to be done in a short period of time, right? So really important things take a little bit of time, so you have to work towards them. So don't just reply to an email because it only takes 5 minutes. Sure, it does, but save that for the end of the day. Don't do that right away at the beginning of the day because it's taking away from your best energy. Don't spend 10 minutes on a social media post when you have a show to book. Book the show first, then go to the social media post if you have to. Always focus on what will add value to your career first. Put that first, and it will always be the first thing that gets done. If you wait till the end of the day to do something important, you're not going to have the energy to do it right. So let's take some action. Take your 30-day plan and write out what tasks you want to accomplish for next week on a notepad or document. Schedule a few hours each day to accomplish a task during the week. So ideally, at least 1 hour per day. At the end of each day, plan out what you will do the next day. Prioritize the things that will add value to your career and do those things first. And then make sure, obviously, you do this whole cycle again for the next week and the next days and so on and so forth. You'll find yourself propelling yourself forward and getting your 90-day goal accomplished.